Hi, good to see you.
Hi, yeah. How irritating do you find it, or do you think it's feasible? Did you like going personally for interviews, or this is better? What is it?
I gotta say, I have so much more. I mean, I always did, but I have so much more love and respect and gratitude for everybody who's there to shoot because it's not easy, man. Setting up all this and doing your own costumes, hair, what costumes, what? I had only 4 clothes when I came. I'll tell you that later. But it's crazy. It's really a new experience. I miss the human interaction though, because I know that when you are with somebody and you can have a conversation with them, it's a little,
More
it's a little better.
relatable. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Okay, so I'm gonna start with आपकी फिल्म खुदा हाफिज को अभी सलाम वालेकुम बोलने का वक्त आ गया है. So
Salam alaikum.
yeah. So I know this was shot before the lockdown and all of that happened. Um,
Yes,
and then this film was obviously going to get a theatrical release, and then now it's coming
right.
on the OTT platform,
Right.
which is now cool because now और भी बड़े platform पे है वो, because everyone can see it at the same time. How are you feeling
But
the
the
excitement?
thing is, see, I've been very open about it, and I told Vidyut also. So Vidyut broke the news to me, and Vidyut was like, "Listen, bhai, so yaar, ye ho raha hai, it's coming." I said, "What?" And I actually went into depression for a day when he told me, and I was feeling like really like, because I know how much हिंदी में कहते हैं ना कितने पापड़ सबने बेले हैं
जी.
इस फिल्म के लिए कितनी मेहनत सबने करी है it's and not I'm sure every film everyone works really hard but our team for this experience of Khuda Hafiz was a very very hard and it was a tough experience. Uzbekistan, we shot the film in Uzbekistan, and I think this is one of the first ये हिंदी की शायद पहली फिल्म होगी वहां पे लिटरली हिंदी की पहली फिल्म होगी तो वहां पे although it was a lovely country and beautiful people amazing so infrastructure was slightly tricky they hadn't really been they weren't really used to a shooting unit and things like that so and this film is set in a way that we are not really towards civilization much there are a lot of locations jahan pe hum bilkul in the middle of nowhere hai so it was a little tricky shooting there but I know the technical team on this film has done a very very good job and so when Vidya told me कि ऐसे ऐसे है तो मैं I was like dude we've shot the film with with that whole wide canvas and the lenses Farooq has used and Jitan the cinematographer has used in this film are for that widescape kind of a larger than life kind of a experience and so he said then he explained to me कि why it will be a good thing he said because यार देख क्या होगा ना कि अभी we don't even know कि जब थिएटर्स रिलीज होंगे क्या लोग जाएंगे नहीं देखने जाएंगे वन डजंट नो द माइंडसेट ऑफ एवरी इंडिविजुअल एंड वन वुड ऑफ कोर्स वांट कि जितने ज्यादा लोग आए और इस फिल्म को देखें एंड लाइक द फिल्म सो ही सेड देख मेरी बात मान ले ट्रस्ट मी इट्स नॉट लाइक आई हैड अ चॉइस but he said that it's good that it's going to be releasing on Disney Hotstar plus so I was like yeah and actually this conversation happened with him about a month ago.
Okay.
And since then, as we are gradually approaching the release, I understand the merit in what he was saying. Because अभी भी काफी लोग जो हैं उनका जो ज्यादा तो mindset है, it is more on their day-to-day things, their essentials, they're getting back to work, how do we travel to work, and various things. उस दौरान suddenly movie जाके देखना, I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. So I don't think it was a more conscious business decision by the producer to sort of do this. And we're not the only ones. I mean, look at the lineup of films which is coming with us. There is Akshay sir with the Lakshmi Bomb, Ajay sir with Bhuj. There's Abhishek Bachchan with the Big Bull. There's Sadak 2 coming. There is, you name it. So maybe this will be all for the best. Well, I know you'll definitely watch it because you're at home, so I'll tell you, you have to make sure you watch it. No excuses.
Absolutely. But before I proceed to another question, I'm also going to tell you something that probably would make you a little happy. This message comes out from the audiences, maximum number of the audiences that say that every film that is being released on the OTT platforms nowadays, if anything that turns out to be a masterpiece, they are going to request for a re-release in the theaters. So
Really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my God! आपने मेरी दिल की बात छीन ली है. I've been hoping, and secretly I've been like sort of channelizing my energy and like visualizing कि कहीं ना कहीं जब theaters खुले, भले एक हफ्ते के लिए, 2 हफ्ते के लिए, whatever यार, I mean, but just I want to see this film on a big screen. I want to experience, see this film in that larger than life capacity, because that's something else. Although I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that the audience and the fans and the general populace has said that, and I have nothing but gratitude. So thank you so much. अगर आप लोगों को खुदा हाफिज़ पसंद आई, please push for a release on the theater as well.
With the energy and with the way you're saying things to me, and I'm sure people will love it because आपने इतने efforts डाले हैं इस फिल्म में, तभी आप इतना बोल रहे हो, वरना आप इतना नहीं बोलते, right?
नहीं, मैं बहुत बोलता हूँ like
I'm also going to move forward to a very wrong thing that happened in the recent times when it comes to this film. We all know that even Vidyut Jamwal has an amazing fan base and people like watching him. He has another genre. And even Shivalika was really well in her first debut, Ye Sali Aashiki. We all know about that. And stuff like that. And yet when there were this promotional activities going on the Hotstar, and there were certain celebrities invited for the promotions, Khuda Hafiz team wasn't invited, which obviously hurt people around, and Vidyut came out and spoke over it. Did you guys discuss something over it? How did you feel at that moment? Because एक तो theatrical release नहीं मिल रहा, ऊपर से then you're not even getting the promotional activity. How annoying does it get, and how hurtful does it feel?
I mean, more than the emotions of hurt and annoying, I think किसी भी देश में, and I think any whatever you look at it, representation. The word representation is a very important thing and a very important aspect of any field. So the correct representation is very important. So, for example, I'm assuming, let us assume for a second that maybe it was hindsight, and I mean it was oversight, and it was an error. It was a human error. गलती से नहीं हुआ. They didn't, because they only called 4 films. They didn't call Dil Bechara. They did not have representation from Loot Case. Neither did they have representation from Khuda Hafiz. So I'm saying maybe it was oversight. Maybe it was a conscious decision. We would never know. But I would like to assume and give them the benefit of doubt that it happened, as a one-off. It happened by chance. But what happens is that these small errors, they create a lot of problems, because representation is very important. Because what that sort of decision, it made everybody feel that we are only putting these 4 films on a particular pedestal, and the other 3 are also part of the bag. So when I spoke to Vidyut about it, and Vidyut is not somebody who really, is very gets into controversy, was very confrontational. He's a very calm, very peaceful, very relaxed kind of a guy. So he actually told me, bhai, without thinking, I just bina soche maine kar diya hai. And actually speaking, I don't think he was coming from a negative place as well. I think he was just coming from a place of that he was so proud and so happy to be promoting his film and to represent it. Like I said, representation. That when he was not given the opportunity to represent his film, a film which he has worked hard on for a year and a half, 2 years, which I have been involved in for about a year and a half. So that the initial thing, it sort of gets you. And that is what I think must have really bothered everybody. And I think, and you know what happened after that, there was a huge uproar as regards that. That's why you're asking me this question. So I would still like to believe it was oversight and galti se matlab ho gaya hoga. But in general, one should be very particular and be clear about representation in any field, because you must have equality, because it is all linked to equality. It is all linked to what kind of an imaging it sends out, what kind of a messaging it sends out. So all these things are very important. But now it's all sorted. I mean, it's everyone is all films are being promoted equally, and there is no one over the other. And I think eventual jury is the audience. No matter how much you market a film or how you market a film, if the film is good, if the audience likes it, then they will make sure that the film does well.
Absolutely. Also, tell me, what do you think? See, we've been through very tiring and testing times, and it's been really bad. All these 5 months have been a lockdown. We have a pandemic over our head, and so much going on out there. What did you learn, and what do you think that if you had the power to change one thing in humanity today, what would that be?
I think मुझे in fact ये सवाल किसी ने पूछा था that what are your learnings? I feel I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I think there will be a section of society ki jab normalization aa jayegi, vaccines aa jayenge, and things will go back to normal. There will be a section of society jo will be so fed up with all this 5-6 mahine jo hue hain hamare, that they will go completely back to normal and they will forget that there was any COVID-19 or coronavirus, and they'll go back to living the way they have been living because they have their own sets of issues and problems. But I think we all have, at whatever stage in life we are, however financially well we are, and or not, I think all of us have problems. But after this pandemic gets over, regardless of our problems and regardless of what strata of society we belong to, I think we all have to be very, very careful here on out. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है ये पैंडेमिक जो है ये एक वार्निंग है. It's actually a warning. I mean, there's been global warming happening for years. Nobody's really, cared. People still littering, pollution, falana. There's lots and lots of things happening. But this pandemic has really taught everyone a really tight lesson, and I think ये pandemic or ऐसा pandemic, it can happen again. It can, whether you like it or not, it can actually happen again if you're not careful. So it's almost like, you're given a warning कि ऐसा हो गया है, and of course we've all suffered through this warning, but it could be worse. So in order to not to make it worse, be mindful. पूरी दुनिया को मत change करिए, अपने आप को change करिए, अपने just around you, your family. Maybe take care of the environment a little bit better. Be a little kinder to human beings. Be more mindful in terms of your environment. आप ही का देश है, आप ही की सड़क है, आप ही की भूमि है, आप ही के what's called पेड़ पौधे हैं. So things like that, I mean, these are very important things. I think we should be very, very careful about that, how these things are. So, I mean, if it is, if even 10-20% of society can learn from this pandemic, I think that's a big, big change and a big start. And through those 10-20% of people, maybe other people can learn. But I know I can start with myself. I'm not trying to preach over here, but I can only start with myself. So I will definitely be more mindful. I'll be a little more careful. I'll tell you a very funny story. बहुत simple सी कहानी बता रहा हूँ. तो मैं मुंबई से दिल्ली, I'm in Delhi right now. मैं दिल्ली में हूँ. तो मैं मुंबई से दिल्ली आ रहा था, and उस वक्त it was March 14th. I remember the date. And I had worn those, those hospital के वो surgical वो जो gloves were in my hand on the flight. I had worn those gloves and I had worn a mask, and that's it. That time there was nothing like wear a PPE suit and PPE kit and all that. Yeah. And I came. And you're not going to believe it. कि जब मैं घर पहुंचा, I looked at my hands and looked at the mask. It was so dirty. It was so filthy because we don't realize it. कि वैसे ही airports and airlines में and things like that, there is so much, and the travel में there is so much dirt and grime and germs which we have not been bothered about all these years. Because coronavirus has become such a massive thing in the media, all of a sudden we're like, oh, we must wear gloves. But actually, if you wear gloves and go on you'll see how much dirt you collect, and how much. So things like that, we've been living amongst these germs and dirt and all that. So it's time to even change that aspect. I think, trust me on this, if the environment is cleaner, more wholesome, and more, it's more healthy. Trust me, it'll be a much better living situation for all of us.
I'm also going to. This is a very cliche topic that every journalist, every anchor, every reporter would ask you. But this debate, this humongous debate over social media and everywhere else is about this nepotism, which we all were very much aware of before being in this field. And it's something that exists in every field, be it a corporate, call center, whatever, not only just film background. But then there have been a lot of people who have come out and said that, nepotism existed, that is fine. But there have been times that we've been signing a film and then we get replaced because of favoritism somehow. So how do you see that as, and what opinion do you have on that?
I can only tell you from my own experience. I was doing मैं 2006 में I was doing a very popular. I have done one television show in my life, FIR, which I played this character called Hanuman Prasad Pandey. And it was a very caricaturish character. I speak in a very funny kind of a Hindi and stuff like that. And it was doing very well, the show. And us Doran, I got a film as the lead in a film. So we went through various workshops and rehearsals, etc., etc. And then finally, when the day came to sign the film, the director met me and he said, "You never told me that you're what's it called? You're in television." And I said, "What's there to tell? I thought you knew. I mean, how can I hide it? I mean, it's all over the place." He said, no, you're very overexposed. And I felt very hurt about that. I was like, wow, man, that almost felt like as if there's one lower category for television actors and there's an above superior character, compartment or a category for film actors. But that time and that year and those years, there was this dichotomy between film and television. That's why people used to say, oh, he has managed to successfully graduate to films and stuff like that. Thank God it's not there anymore. And today people are gauged on their merit and how they act. And in fact, so many people who work in television also work in film, and vice versa. And they keep going back and forth. So thank God we progressed in that sense. So similarly, coming to what you asked in terms of favoritism, look, the thing is, on a very basic level, it's a private industry with private money. Okay, it's not a government body where you have to elect a people's representative and the most talented and deserving representative. Okay, so technically the person who is the producer of the film has every right to choose who he wants, when he wants, and that's what your contract also say, that whenever it's the producer's prerogative, right? Yeah. But having said that, of course, it hurts the person when was, let's say, labored, 2, 3, 4 months usne mehnat kari hai. And finally, in the end, he goes, "Arey," and suddenly he gets replaced with somebody else. So, of course, emotionally, it takes a beating. But what I have learned in my years in front of the camera is that pehle I used to get affected. Maybe it's happened with me. I don't even know. It might have happened with me because there are so many times I have auditioned and reached right at the tip of signing and doing something really big, and it's not happened. But I initially, I can tell you very honestly, this is a very honest opinion. I used to really try to fabricate, and try and pretend otherwise in life. But I'm beyond that shit now. I'm totally like, I say what I feel, and the truth of the matter is that, I used to get depressed about it. I used to get really feel down about it. Oh God, I didn't get this. And then I realized by getting down and sullen and this thing, I'm only wasting my own time. I'm literally only wasting my own time. If I apply myself in a more positive manner and keep on working forward, then this thing will be a thing of the past. So for me, like I'll tell you, one simple thing was I used to never get any ad commercials. So then I got into this point of, chalo, I'll audition for a commercial and I'll forget about it. Milega, nahi milega, nahi milega. And then I started becoming a happier person. I was much happier. With all my auditions, I used to give the audition and forget about it, And by the end of it, what happened was, like with me, classic example, my last commercial film was Boss in 2013. I've done films after that. I've done web series after that, but never got another commercial film.
Right.
So, of course, I would love to do a commercial film. But if in 2013, after Boss, if I started moping and crying and saying कि यार ये nepotism हो रहा है, यार ये मुझे favoritism नहीं मिल रहा है, so I don't think I would be speaking to you today because I kept on working, and I kept on improving my craft, because I kept on making myself a more seasoned and experienced actor. That is why I've got Khuda Hafiz today, and because of Khuda Hafiz we are speaking today. So इसीलिए जरूरी है कि यार keep your head down and work. नहीं मिला, यहाँ नहीं लिखा था आपके. अगर आपको मिलना होता तो यहाँ पे जरूर आपको मिलता है. If it's written here, you will get it. So just keep working, being positive, because you crying and moping and creating some sort of a halla and hangama is not going to get you anywhere. You have to be positive and keep working forward. Sorry, मैं ज़्यादा ज्ञान तो नहीं बांट दिया.
नहीं, I am grasping it, and I'm realizing the fact that people who will listen to this interview, they will probably change their perception, because it's always better to have.
Absolutely. I completely empathize with anybody out there जिसने मेहनत करी है, जो रोज जाता है, लाइनों में खड़ा होता है, ऑडिशंस देता है, उसको बोला जाता है आप नहीं फिट होते. It takes a beating. दर्द होती है, it really hurts कि ये है वो है, नहीं आप चले जाइए बाहर से, दरवाजे से बाहर बोल दिया, फोन नहीं उठाया आपका, मैसेज का रिप्लाई नहीं किया. It hurts. और लोग छोटे-छोटे पैसे इकट्ठा करके आते हैं, बड़े सपने लेकर आते हैं. तो मैं सबको इतना ही कह सकता हूँ कि भाई मैंने भी बहुत पापड़ बेले हैं लाइफ में, मैं भी बहुत मेहनत करी है, बट मैं आपको सबको एक ही चीज रेकमेंड कर सकता हूँ. लुक, बुरा लगा, ठीक है, ह्यूमन इमोशन है, फील बैड फॉर एन आवर, 2 hours, 3 hours, बट उसके बाद जस्ट गेट अप एंड बी पॉजिटिव एंड जंप बैक अप, बिकॉज अगर इफ यू रियली वांट टू मेक इट इन दिस इंडस्ट्री, यू कैन नॉट हैव अ प्लान बी. You have to just say that this is the only thing I can do, and then पूरी जान लगा दो इसमें करने के लिए. अगर आप प्लान भी सोचेंगे नहीं हो रहा है यार, चल I'll go back home, देखते हैं. Just do whatever it takes to make it happen, man, and just keep going. That's what I'm saying. Be positive, keep going, and if it's written in your destiny for you to be an actor, you will be an actor. Of course, be practical also. in life. थोड़ा सा balance रख के, move around and be a little practical. But yeah, so I mean, maybe someone who's watching this interview would be like, oh, it's easier said than done. This guy doesn't know, whatever. But trust me, you have no idea. I've been working in this industry. I've been working in front of the camera for now. FIR was, before that I was doing ads. I started doing ads from 2004, 2003. I've been here for 17 years, man. So I've been working in front of the camera for 17 years. So it's and I've got a long way to go. But all I can tell you is from my learnings in this much of a brief way, just keep going, just be positive.
Like you just said that people say that it's easy to say, but then the ones who say are the one who's experienced as well. Nah? Otherwise, how would one say? So yeah, I'm going to.
Also, I mean, I wouldn't be able to give you this. I wouldn't be able to give you this ज्ञान right now if I hadn't gone through this journey of 17 years. ना.
Absolutely.
मेरे कहने का मतलब है कि मैं अगर तो मुझे ये सीख भी जो मिली है, हर साल अलग अलग चीजें कर करके सीख मिली. आज भी मुझे रिजेक्शंस मिलते हैं यार. Even today I get rejected for a lot of things. Even today I feel bad. I don't get this, that, the other. But you have to realize it's all part of the game. It's the producer's decision at the end of the day. And let me tell you one more thing. Very interestingly, a lot of people who are making noise about favoritism are a huge section of them will go and watch those films.
Absolutely.
So आप ही लोग you only want to see that particular person, which is not a bad thing. See, any producer is not a fool. He is working, he has a business acumen. That is why वो producer है. He knows that by casting ABC, there'll be a good buzz in the media and the public, and so will want to watch this girl or that boy because he's so-and-so's son. Supposing, hypothetically.
Yeah.
But that is from a business point of view. So he doesn't owe you anything. Yeah? It's a private industry. So it's his call. It is your decision whether you want to go see them or not. And then you go and see them. So either you don't see them, या तो आप टिकट ना खरीदें, या अगर खरीदें तो फिर मजे करिए, फिर गुस्सा किस बात के हो रहे? You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, I'm not from the industry. I'm from out of the industry, and I understand this is the game, and you play it. This is the game, and you try and there's so many outsiders in the industry who are at the top of the industry, and I feel there are more outsiders in this industry than there are insiders. To be honest.
Right. You're very right. You're very right on that. Okay. Also, tell me, in these 5 months, we were all of us were used to something or the other, which we had to stop because we were at home. And eventually, with time, we are also now used to the fact that we are over it. Is there anything that you were used to that way?
Well, मैं घर पे था 3-4 महीने, and then when I finally went out in the sun, my hair became gold. So I stepped out and suddenly, what happened, man? No, I'm kidding. Well, the thing is, to tell you the truth, I'm sure हर घर में बिग बॉस हुआ होगा किसी ना किसी लेवल पे, अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ, स्पाउसेस के साथ, सिबलिंग्स के साथ. So all that was there, and then sort of getting used to the fact कि आपको इन्हीं 4 दीवारों के बीच में रहना है. And but one thing it did teach me being at home is that it taught me to be less materialistic. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes.
For example, we all made do with a lot less. मैं एक्चुअली 14 मार्च को आया था और मुझे मेरी मदर का बर्थडे था, and I had to go back to Mumbai on the 15th, and I'd come with like a small cabin baggage with like 4 pieces of clothes, like 4 or 5 clothes I'd come, and I'd go back like in a day, and basically for the first 3 months before any deliveries or anything opened up, I had to live with those 4 clothes because nobody else had my size over here, so I couldn't borrow any clothes. I had to wear those 4 or 5 clothes. And I was fine with it, yeah. For those 3 months, I was wearing the same, clothes over and over again, those 4 or 5 clothes. And now, so I bought more clothes because, but yeah, I mean, that's just a small example. But yeah, you can do with a lot less in life. I mean, that's what I think everybody has learned.
But you're really right, because I'm at my place. I have my entire set of clothes, but I still wore 4 clothes only because I thought that I'm okay.
Really?
With it. Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
But when everybody's covered, I'll tell you one thing very interesting. Everybody's covered. We all have a habit कि ये भी खरीदे, वो भी खरीदे, और पूरी cupboard भरी होती है. But somehow we only wear those 7-8 favorite things of ours. We'll kind of repeat them and we'll wear those. So we have this habit. Everyone has this habit of sort of doing that. But मेरी मजबूरी थी कि मेरे पास ही 4 कपड़े थे, जो कि अच्छा था. At least 4 कपड़े थे, वरना एक that was a good thing.
Yeah. So, okay. So before I take a lot of your time, I would also want you to tell the viewers who are going to be watching this interview, what would you tell them to maintain their sanity, their peace, and also to watch Khuda?
वेल अगर आपको अपनी सैनिटी मेंटेन करनी है तो खुदा हाफिज जरूर देखिए, बिकॉज खुदा हाफिज देखकर आपके 2 घंटे जो हैं वो बहुत ही अच्छे से निकल जाएंगे एंड यू विल बी लाइक, यू नो, कभी कभार आप एक फिल्म देखते हैं ना तो अच्छी फिल्म देख के पेट भर जाता है कि वाओ मैन व्हाट अ गुड फिल्म. सो आई कैन अश्योर यू कि खुदा हाफिज में विद्युत जामवाल है, अहाना कुमरा है, शिवालिका ओबरॉय है, नवाब शाह है, देयर इज मी, देयर इज अनु कपूर. So there's a lot of things to watch in Khuda Hafiz. Jackie Chan's stunt team, and now he's the action director. Andy Long, उन्होंने Commando 3 में action किया था. He's doing the action in this film. मिथुन ने music दिया है. फारूक कबीर जिन्होंने अल्लाह के बंदे डायरेक्ट करी थी, he is the director of this film. ट्रेलर को बहुत अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स मिला है. So I can assure you. And 15 तारीख को तो देखिए वैसे भी इंडिपेंडेंस डे है, तो भले आप काम आपने शुरू कर दिया हो तो 14 को या 15 को तो आप जरूर ये फिल्म देख सकते हैं. मैं तो कहूंगा 14 को ही देखें, बिकॉज कहीं पे हिंदुस्तान में 15 तारीख को कुछ काम नहीं हो रहा होगा, यू नो, बिकॉज इट्स द इंडिपेंडेंस डे. सो डेफिनेटली वॉच, इट्स अ वेरी गुड डेट फॉर द फिल्म टू कम, एंड डेफिनेटली वॉच द फिल्म. एंड आई टेल यू लिटिल बिट अबाउट माय कैरेक्टर. So I'm playing this Arabic commando called Faiz Abu Malik, Faiz Abu Malik in the film, and basically मेरे लिए थोड़ा ट्रिकी था ये कैरेक्टर प्ले करना, बिकॉज आई हैव नेवर, आई हैव फ्रेंड्स हु आर फ्रॉम दुबई एंड आई हैव फ्रेंड्स हु आर अबू धाबी, बट तो अरबी जो होती है ना उसकी एक अलग लहजा होता है उसका बोलने का. वो गला जो है एक तरीके से अहमद, हम लोग अहमद बोले अहमद, तो एक वो अलग तरीके से होते हैं. तो ये जो कैरेक्टर था इसके लिए चैलेंज ये था कि मुझे फ्लुएंट अरबिक में बोलना था अपने कॉलीग्स के साथ विद इन द सीन, एंड कभी कभार मुझे उनसे अंग्रेजी में भी बोलना था, अरबी और अंग्रेजी में. एंड अंग्रेजी जो थी इट वाज एन इंग्लिश अरबिक. It was like it has to be like, you know, it was little bit like it had to have an Arabic tone, the English. And then मुझे, क्योंकि ये हिंदी फिल्म है, मुझे हिंदी में भी बोलना था, तो मेरी जो हिंदी भी जो थी उसको अरबी हिंदी की तरह मुझे बोलना था. एक ही टाइम में मेरी स्विचिंग चलती रहती थी, कभी मैं अरबिक बोल रहा हूँ, कभी मैं अंग्रेजी बोल रहा हूँ, कभी मैं हिंदी बोल रहा हूँ. तो इट वाज वेरी ट्रिकी एंड इतनी बारी मतलब I was getting so because I had to really you know rehearse my dialogues very well. बिकॉज एज एन एक्टर क्या होता है ना कि आपको 10 लाइनें पता होती है, फिर आप फ्लो में आते हो, 2-3 चीजें और बोल जाते हैं जिसमें वो सीन और कड़क निकल जाता है. तो वो जोन और फ्लो में आने के लिए, और जिस तरीके से अरबिक आदमी का मुंह हिलता है, बॉडी लैंग्वेज कैसी होती है, सो आई हैड टू फिगर ऑल दोस थिंग्स आउट, यू नो, एंड इट वाज रियली फन. आई थिंक जितनी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है कैरेक्टर के लिए उतना और मजा आता है लाइफ में. इफ इट्स सो इजी टू just sort of get your lines and say हाँ कर लो, फिर मजा नहीं आएगा. So it is always fun and good to do something which is, you know, has a challenge to it. So मैं तो यही I've always loved playing different characters and you know different characters which is so away from my personality. Ab to we've spoken, so you know what I'm like.
Yeah.
But I would love for you to see the film and see if I've been able to bring out another character alive on screen. For me, that's a great win if that happens.
I am definitely going to do that, and I'm going to message your team and make the message be sent to you.
Thank you.
Also, it must have been a task. So I am going to tell you to probably say a line for Bollywood Bubbles viewers in the accent that you've been really working hard on.
So you want me to say in Hindi or like
Arabic Hindi or Arabic English or anything that you yeah.
Assalamu alaikum Bollywood Bubble. मैं आप लोगों को ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि आप 14 तारीख को हमारी फिल्म खुदा हाफिज को जरूर देखिएगा, क्योंकि अगर नहीं देखेंगे तो ये फैज अबू मलिक आपके घर में घुस के आपको दिखाएगा.
Oh my God, that's a complete different person that I saw in a second. No wonder you guys are great. Acha. Also, where was I going to wrap on? Oh my God, I got so involved in what you were doing right now. I forgot my question. So where was I heading? Oh my god. Okay. So lastly, I wanted to ask you that when you work, like
That's a good thing. I'll take that as a I'll take that as a compliment. I'll take that as a compliment.
yeah, because you made me forget my planned questions. So that is cool. So now I'm going to make some things up. So now I'm going to ask you only a couple of questions, and then I won't take a lot of time. So
Sure. Take your time. Take your time.
so you put in 2 years almost, right, in Khuda Hafiz, right? So are you
I've put in about a year. I put in about a year of work. A year of work in Khuda Hafiz. Yeah.
okay? So are you somebody who does one project and completely focuses into that, or have you tried on or been doing something else apart from?
It's really funny that you mentioned this because a very crazy story. I was shooting for another film in Kargil when I got the call for Khuda Hafiz, and Mushkil se internet connectivity was quite weak. I was able to sort of, again, Khuda Hafiz for me has been a very digital experience because my initial meeting with the director also was on video call and things like that. So I've been very digital with Khuda Hafiz. But anyway, finally when I started Khuda Hafiz, my schedule at that time was कि वो film जब मैंने rap करी कारगिल में 22nd of September को मैंने rap करी पिछले साल, and I was coming to Mumbai on 23rd morning and leaving for Bhopal on 24th early morning for a web series I did for Z5 called The Charge Sheet, Innocent or Guilty. So I was shooting that in Bhopal. So my director said, look, you have to come and meet me once at least. How am I going to cast you in this film? So I literally met Farooq on the 23rd. Everything got sorted out. And then I went straight to Bhopal to shoot for my web series. And believe me, now between October 9th, where I was in Bhopal shooting for the web series, till the end of November, I have flown back and forth between Uzbekistan to India to Uzbekistan, shooting two things at the same time. I was shooting Khuda Hafiz also, and I was shooting the Charge Sheet, Innocent or Guilty. So a normal day in my life used to be, I used to wrap, let's say मैं Indore में मैंने wrap up किया at 5 in the morning. I used to take a flight to Mumbai, land at about 7:30 or 8 or whatever, and then go straight to the international airport. From the domestic airport, catch a flight to Tashkent in Uzbekistan by 11 in the morning, reach there by 6:37. From Tashkent, take a domestic flight at about 8:39 to a place called Khiva, land there, drive for 2 hours to another place, and reach that set and get ready and shoot.
So tell me, playing different characters, completely different characters, shooting for different things at the same time, doesn't it take a toll over you? Because of course you're playing two different people and you have to feel two different people. How does
I was so excited. मतलब I told myself, मेरी ना विद्युत मेरी टांग खींचते रहता है कि यार तू complain बहुत करता है, तू बहुत चूचू करता है, like that. So the thing is that basically I was so excited to be, so people asked me like, when you came in the industry, what kind of an actor you want to be and all that. I think what people forget is that the number one thing for any actor, whatever stage of life he or she is at, should be a working actor. You should be a working actor. If you're not a working actor, आप घर बैठ के ही सपने देख रहे हैं कि मैं ये करूँगा, वो करूँगा, and I'll be this and that. Then what's the point of that? At the end of the day, no matter how big a star or whatever you are, if your churi is not sharpened, if your performance is not good, doesn't matter. So for me, I made it a point in life I should be a working actor, and I was so grateful to God कि मुझे भले दो चीजें साथ में मिल गई है. ठीक है यार. I mean, it's fine. I can manage, and I used to manage. I literally used to see. I knew that I won't have time to rehearse lines because I have to get into the set and shoot in a different country, not even in the same country. So I used to whatever time I had on my flights, the drive from the airport to the shoot, instead of sleeping, watching movies on the flight or whatever, I used to keep rehearsing, keep practicing, keep doing my riyaz, things like that, keep hearing, because I had to learn a lot of Arabic. So I had my WhatsApp voice notes, make notes like that. I had my Arabic trainer in my ear all the time. I used to keep, in fact, people on the flight must have thought I was crazy because I kept going, so I was practicing like that. But the thing is that it paid off. Yeah, it really paid off, because I think when I used to reach set, my director Farooq Kabir was very particular and clear about something, which is that please don't come to my set unrehearsed and unprepared, because he was, Farooq has put in so much of hard work in this film. he expects nothing less from you. So if you go to his set unprepared, na, he doesn't have the time for you. He's like that kind of a guy because he is so prepared and he's not the kind of director जो 12 घंटे के ऊपर shoot करेगा. He will shoot precise. He hasn't had Farooq's greatest thing is he hasn't, no patchwork has happened on this film. No extra days have been shot. He has finished the shoot less than the number of days scheduled because he is so prepared. So when I knew my directors like that, how can I reach set half-assed and say, oh, nahi yaar, flight thi, main thaka hua hu. You know, you can't do stuff like that. So the web series on the other hand, which I was doing, that was a Hindi web series. So learning the lines for that Hindi web series was much easier. And again, my director in that series was Shashank Shah, the one who's directed, the Das Vidanya and Chalo Dilli and all these films.
Okay.
So both very, very talented directors and terrific directors. And of course, they were very helpful in my performance and helping me, guide my way. But yeah, it was a terrific and a very exciting time. So Vidyut, like coming to what I was saying, so he simply, tu bahut choo-choo karta hai. So I did not want to complain. I didn't want to complain, oh, it's so tough. I rather, instead of complaining, I really wanted to, I was very appreciative of the fact that I have work and I have such amazing work that I'm traveling to 2 different countries, shooting back and forth. And I'm sure if you ask any of the senior actors, not me, I'm not senior yet, but I'm saying all the yesteryear actors, they used to shoot double shifts, triple shifts. They never used to, they used to go from place to place to place. It's just crazy that I was shooting in 2 different countries and going from one set to the other. But yeah, man, it's c'est la vie. I mean, this is life. It happens. And this is what I asked for. This is what I dreamt for. And I'm grateful to God that I'm finally getting through it.
Okay, so my second last question is going to be obviously it's a little important one because the entire nation is going crazy over this. Even all the medias, the news channels and all, and everyone's been asking for justice for Sushant Singh Rajput. As far as we know that we are not yet clear with what has actually happened. The statements aren't out. How do you look at this entire scenario as, and what do you think? I mean, should this be stretched or not?
The case is still sub judice, so it would not be correct for me to comment about the details of the case. That is for the authorities to sort of figure it out. But all I can say is that, I never really personally knew Sushant, or I did not have any connection with him mutually through friends or whatever, even though we're both part of the industry. But I can certainly tell you that I have loved his performance in Vyomkesh Bakshi and Swan Chidiya. Dil Bechara was a terrific movie, and Mukesh has done a wonderful job as a director. I can just tell you deep down inside, मेरे दिल में जो बात है वो ये है कि I think जो भी हुआ है वो unfortunate हुआ है, and it's really unfortunate we've lost such a great and wonderful talent, and that too at such a young age when he was just like taking off, in a really big way. So I don't know the details of the case. I don't think it's right for me to, because they're still being evaluated, the details, but it's really, really sad, and I hope his soul finds peace, and I hope his family finds some peace in time, and I hope his fans find peace in time, because we definitely, he has obviously made such a huge impact within the entertainment industry and the nation that is why the nation is they're all grieving. I think everyone जो होता है, I think life में गुस्सा भी, अगर किसी आदमी को गुस्सा भी आता है तो गुस्सा चोट की वजह से आता है जी. तो वो ग्रीविंग जो होती है ना, तो वो ग्रीविंग यूं ही नहीं जाती है. बट आई जस्ट होप दैट आई होप हिज फैमिली एंड आई होप सुशांत wherever he is in a happier place, and I hope all of them find peace.
Thank you for sharing your opinion on this. And my last question will be that tomorrow I'm going to be interviewing with you. So you got to tell me if there's anything specific that you want me to ask him.
Anything specific?
Yeah.
So so Vidyut and me, so I'll tell you one thing. So he doesn't know this. He won't even remember this. So he has become a very, very, very dear friend of mine. I really genuinely love him a lot. तो बहुत अच्छा दोस्त हो गया मेरा. उसको याद भी नहीं होगा पहला दिन शूट पे ना, तो हम लोग basically गए, and it was my first day on shoot, and every time to break the ice, he was very warm and he was very welcoming and he was very hey man, good to work with you, and so nice to finally have you on board. And I was also like, great. So he was standing on set or something, and then so I was like, Vidyut, you're looking really lean, yeah. You're looking really lean, and you're looking really, you're because you were very muscular in another photograph. How come you're looking very lean? So you're like, oh, one day I went for a run from my house. I ran 76 kilometers in one go. I was like, what? I was like, you ran 76 kilometers in one go. I said, what nonsense? How can you like run 76? Who runs 76 kilometers in one go? So, I'm like that only. I did. So I spoke like this only. So then he looked at me and he's like, don't ask me questions because I don't lie. So I was like, oh my God, ये बंदे को तो बुरा ही बताइए, ये पूरा सड़ गया है बंदा, इसको मैंने पूछ क्या लिया है, इसने बोल क्या लिया है. Then क्या हुआ, 2-3 हफ्ते तक we were very like sort of the sort of formal each other. फिर एक दिन मैं उसका शूट कर रहा था in the middle of nowhere and सबकी बैंड बजी हुई थी यार ठंड में यार, तो हम लोग वहाँ पे कुछ सेटअप नहीं था, हम लोग गाड़ियों में बैठ रहे थे अपनी, whenever the shot was not happening. अब गाड़ी में हम बैठ रहे थे तो सडनली मैंने ना मुझे एक मैसेज आया अपने फोन पे, दैट टू रिकॉर्ड अ बर्थडे विश फॉर माय कजन एंड ही वाज आल्सो इन द कार विद मी. सो मैंने कुछ पता नहीं मेरे को दिमाग में क्या आइडिया, मैंने कहा यार भाई आई हैव टू रिकॉर्ड अ बर्थडे विश फॉर माय कजन, तो तू हाय बोल देगा उसको, यू आल्सो से हाय ना टू हिम. तो ही सेड हाँ क्यों नहीं. So I literally then recorded hi, happy birthday, so and so, and then I turned the camera to Vidyut, and then Vidyut also came. I said, here's a surprise for you, and Vidyut also came and he said, hey, happy birthday, and so and so. And I don't know why, but from that moment on, I don't know why that moment in particular, but from that moment on, Vidyut and me just got on like a house on fire. Like literally, I don't know. Like I think, like I think even if I never work with him again, although I'd love to work with him again because I really liked working with him. His वो तो अलग टॉपिक ही पूरा नया चैप्टर ही खोल दूंगा मैं, but इतना he's so technical in action and precision and very disciplined as a human being. And I always told him one thing. पता नहीं क्यों विद्युत के बारे में I've started talking so much extra, but ठीक है. He does a lot of interesting things which really fascinate me a lot. So I find it very fascinating being around him, learning, and I find it very interesting being around people like that, who are fascinating people, who are well-read people, who are well-educated people, who have a broad-minded perspective of everything. And it's just been a great experience with him. And I wish him all the love and luck in the world. I hope Khuda Hafiz becomes his biggest film till date. I really hope nothing. He's such a sweet guy. I was packing up. I was feeling very emotional because Khuda Hafiz ka journey has been so long. Yeah. And I was like, haan, theek hai, okay guys, see you, catch you later. It's like toodles and all that stuff. It's like end of the shoot. Suddenly one guy comes to me with a massive cake. Like, ye Vidyut sir ne bheja aapke liye. So I'm like, sorry, one second. Something is calling. He's like, ये Vidyut sir ने भेजा आपके लिए, and I was like, wow, that's really sweet. That's really, really sweet. So Vidyut actually sent a cake for me, wrote a handwritten letter for me, to sort of say that thank you for the film and this, that, and all our experiences we shared together. So it's very, very nice. It's very, very nice.